Hi everybody, I'm Claire from Rainbow Acrylics. I recently did a lovely sunset ribbon pour, this one here, and a customer of mine liked it so much she commissioned me to do one for her on a little hexagon canvas. So when I did this, I had paints left over. So this video, what I'm going to show you is what I did with the leftovers. I did 4 sunset coasters and I've resined them. So I will refer to previous paintings, so either the hexagon or the long rectangular painting. And so I just want to show you what I did with the leftovers and the results. So let's start. So my plan is to see if I can do something very similar, but on coasters, to create some coasters. So I've got every single colour except for the red. I ended up using more red than the others. So I've just made up some more red, but I've also made up some of the dark purple and a bit more white. And then I've layered this extra cup here with red, white and purple. So if the white mixes with the red, it will make pink, but that's okay. But if it mixes with the purple, it will create a lighter purple. So my one criticism of the long canvas is that the purple got a bit lost because it was so dark. It looks black almost. So I sort of missed the purple colour. Right, let's get these back in order and make sure that they pour them in the right order. I've got little 8.5 centimetre ceramic tiles here. I've not poured on these before. My concern is that they're not completely flat. To me, instead of them being actual tiles where you have the ridged back, they look like just rounds of ceramic material. So I don't know how flat they're going to be. And if they're not completely flat, they're not going to dry properly. But I'm not sure. I ordered them online and this is what I got. So I'm going to try them. So I think I'm going to start with as I did with the hexagon, I'm going to start with the blue. I'm going to try and go across the centre. Now I might not have enough actually. I might just do 4. Yeah, I'm going to do 4, not 6. Right, let's take 2 away. Although I've got lots of these ones. Maybe it's just the dark blue. I haven't got much left. They are so sweet, they are gorgeous. Right, I saw a lump in this one. Wow, whoa, what is that? Massive lump of paint, unmixed paint. Right, I'm now just going to go in with a little bit more paint just to try and blend the bands a little bit more. Oh. Right, now let's start tilting these, get rid of some of the paint. Now my hands are messy, but I'm going to put gloves on because they will get so messy. Oh, in fact, let's torch first. Right, these are going to be fiddly to tilt, and I'm worried I'm going to just drip over the other coasters, so I'm just going to bring it over here, over to the side. I love how the tilting, it just almost blends everything together. All the colours just seem to stretch and blend out really beautifully together. So to hold these, this is really tricky. What I'm doing is digging my thumbnails into the top and the bottom of these coasters. I think I'll maybe try and tilt it back slightly the other way. I will actually, so the other edge is coated. Oh, coated nicely. But then that will be it, because I think if I keep going back and forwards, I'm going to drop it to start with. Now I'm digging my thumbnails in, but now my gloves are a bit wet and slippery. So there's a very high chance I'm going to drop these. Sorry, I know you can't see it. All I'm doing is tilting it back just so that it can just drain very slightly over the other edge, so that gets coated. Right, I think what I'll do with the others is just tilt one way to start with, get that edge covered, and then tilt back. Oh, that is so pretty. Right, I haven't quite got all this edge covered, so I'm going to just dab it just to get some nice colour on there. And then just make sure that the end is covered as well, the top edge, because there's just a tiny bit that got missed. Brilliant, done. So I'm actually going to move it out of the way. There's no point keeping it here and risk getting dripped on. So let's do another one. So as I said, I'm going to just tilt one way to start with when there's lots of paint. Get that bottom edge covered like that, and then go back the other way. So my plan will be to resin these. I use a heat-proof resin so that you can put your hot cup of tea on it. And then that resin will make them sparkle like mad, because there's the gold, the orange and the iridescent turquoise. These are so cute. I really, really like them. Look at the way that dark blue just creates, it's wider here, then it gets narrower, and here, wider here and gets narrower, and it just creates some depth to the sea. They're just so sweet. There's not much red, so the red is in there, but the purple has dominated, and there's a very stark band between the yellows and oranges and the purples, but they're such small they're small little tiles. I just don't really want to interfere too much, because I think I'll just mess it up. I'll just wreck it. So really pleased with them. I have no idea whether these will dry properly or not. So fingers crossed. So I'll be back when everything is dry. These have dried absolutely brilliantly. Considering I was concerned that they weren't completely level, they have just dried absolutely perfectly. I think maybe because the paint was so thick, it just hasn't moved. Let me show you close up first of all. The lines are gorgeous. I love that stark blue against the gold there. And then they just blend really beautifully. I just like that hint of sort of pinky purple at the top there. So just to show you, because the paint is so thick, what you end up getting, if I can show you, is quite a ridged effect. So they're not completely smooth. It's really difficult to show you, but they're quite ridged. I don't know if you can see. In fact, everywhere it's quite ridged. So if these were varnished, not that they would be for coasters, but if they were varnished, you'd still get that ridge. So what I'm going to do next is resin them, put some resin on. The resin is heat proof. I use a resin called made by a company called Vuba, V-U-B-A, and that's a UK company. And I'm going to show you that next. I won't be talking while I'm pouring the resin on, because I need to be wearing a mask. Because of the odour, but I will be mixing the resin 50-50, the resin and the hardener. I'm going to mix it for 5 minutes. I won't show you that bit. And then I'm going to pour it on. And then I will be back once the resin has set to show you again. So here they are, totally finished. I am so pleased with them. Let me take you in for a close-up. The details of these are gorgeous. The lines, the cells, the sort of the blue cells within the blue there. I love it. They are now totally smooth, because the resin I use is self-leveling, so you haven't got that ridged effect at all anymore. And what I want to try and show you, I added something called ignition dust by Rebel Glitters. into the resin. And can you see? Oh no, you can't see. I'll have to put the flash on in a second and show you. They have got the most amazing sparkle. I think I'm going to take you into carry on filming in some artificial light, because you can't see the sparkle at all here in the natural light. Now in artificial light under a spotlight, look at that crazy amount of sparkliness. Is that not just so pretty? I decided to add it because I just thought it would look more like the sea, the sparkling water. I guess you wouldn't really get sparkling in the sky, but other than stars, make lots of stars. Yeah, great. So happy with these little things. So it just goes to show, if you have any leftover paints, don't chuck it, keep it or use it straight away, and you can make something really quite pretty from leftovers. Great, thank you so much for watching. If you like the coasters, please do hit the thumbs up button so I know you like them, and just leave me any thoughts, any comments you want to. Great, thanks so much for watching. Bye.